This torch is a model 63-2 and it's a Harris. I'm just checking it to make sure there's no leaks in it. I use compressed air to try to check for leaks. It's just I don't waste my gas, the oxygen and acetylene. Plus it's a lot safer and I have a lot more time to go over it if there is a problem. I usually just use a solution here, which I've already checked this one pretty good, but I'm just going over it here now just to show you what I do to check it. I check them while they're shut. This is where it's normally going to leak, if it's going to leak. And I check them when they're open. Is basically what I do. When they're open, I check them. And I shut them again, double check everything. And then I also check to make sure the end shut off. That when it shuts off, it shuts off. So all it takes is a little piece of dirt in there, but then it usually would blow the dirt out. So this has the check valves on it. Check and flashback valves. They're both valves in one. Some are just a check valve, the shorter ones, but these are the longer ones. That's how you can tell the Harrises. They sell there's two different types. One's a little longer, one's a little shorter. One's a check valve, and one's a check valve and a flashback valve. But you should have at least one type on there. The problem with these is if you want to weld something really heavy and you need a lot of gas going through, these won't let a lot of gas through. That's why a lot of guys, if you've got a bigger torch, which this is a bigger torch, this is Harris, one of the Harris's biggest torches, combination torch that is. They do have another one. It's a 42, and it's the same size. It takes the same fittings, a little different design. But that's the reason for the check valves, and that's the reason they make the other check valves. Is so you can at least have something on there, but still leave a lot of gas in. But for the average welder, unless you're going to heat something up, these work good. Anyhow, I'll show you how this one welds. Make sure this tip is alright in it. As soon as I get some clothes on. This is two pieces of a 3/16 mild steel. that tip works pretty good. So it's a good working torch, can weld. Also, one of Harris's heavier torches. I know you won't have a problem with it. This torch head, cutting head, it goes with the 63.2 torch handle. It is 73.2 cutting head, and it's a newer type, newer model type, because you can tell the newer model types, or the older ones. The older ones have a nut right here. So you can tell it's an older model. There's nothing wrong with the older model ones. Sometimes I prefer them. Sometimes they seem a little. The only thing with the older models, a lot of times this don't flip over the whole way, so it makes it hard to take this nut off. That's the only disadvantage of an older model that I can find. Actually, the older models seem pretty good. But anyhow, I'll show you how this one I'm adding to this torch, because I happen to have it. Cleaned it up and checked it out, and everything's good on it. I had to get my hat, so I'll show you how it works. So it works good. I tested it for leaks. Everything shuts off. The handle I tested before, but as you can see, it shuts off. So let me see. There we go. As you can see, it shuts off, so there's no problem there. So, you know, that's one of the things you want to make sure a torch does, is shut off. Anyhow, like I said, I'm going to add this to the handle and sell them both on eBay. Bid it high.